Maybe if I'm very drunk and alone and it's past 2 o'clock in the morning, I might listen to something for about 5 minutes and then go, oh God, it sucked, why did I do this? Ahoy! My name is Jamie Stewart from the band Schu Schu, and I'm here at DIFFUS magazine talking about our new record, 13-inch Beltrame Italian Stiletto with Bison Horn Grips.
Do you listen to previous records of yourself?
Maybe if I'm very drunk and alone and it's past 2 o'clock in the morning, I might listen to something for about 5 minutes and then go, oh God, it sucked, why did I do this? As soon as we finish something, we immediately start working on the next record. And it's not that we have disavowed what we have done in the past, but I feel once we have explored a particular set of music or a particular set of topics and approach, then we have put so much time and effort into it that we're very ready to begin something else.
Why did you leave LA?
During the pandemic, the city just really got its ass kicked, and it just became an incredibly sad place to be. It's always been a somewhat dangerous city, but became increasingly dangerous, and you know, home, the place that we loved, just felt awful to be in. And then there's an art group in Berlin called Cheap, led by Susanne Sachse, and we've done a lot of music for them. And through Silent Green, she organized an arts residency for us to come to Berlin. And they didn't know how much trouble we were having in Los Angeles. They had just offered it to us and made it very, very, very easy for us to come here. And it was happening at the same time we were thinking about leaving Los Angeles anyway. So the universe essentially granted us this kind of magic carpet to come to Berlin at the exact time that we wanted to leave.
Can you break down the title of your new record?
The title is 13-inch Beltrame Italian Stiletto with Bison Horn Grips. So I have a lot of collections, and one of the collections I have is switchblades. The title is a type of switchblade, a fancy kind of switchblade. This is the answer, but it is not a very good answer, so I apologize, but it's a true answer. For the last several years, with each record, there seems to be, and forgive the use of this preposterous word, kind of talismans or objects that seem to sort of subconsciously become associations with the records. At the time that we were finishing up this record, I made a list of 10 titles. I showed them to Angela. That's generally what our working thing is. I'll give her a pile of things, and she goes, that one. And she immediately pointed to that one, and that was the one that I was secretly hoping she would choose.
What inspired the album?
It's a confusing / surprising one. We're very inspired by American psychedelic rock music, which wasn't a genre that I had ever explored before. And David, our drummer, knows a lot about it. It's probably his favorite music, and he was excited at the prospect of essentially us making a psych rock record. And so we started going down the path of it, and about halfway through, I was watching this documentary on Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, and they were talking about when Blixa Bargill left the band, and allegedly he said, "I did not join a rock and roll band to play rock and roll." And then that really struck me, and I was like, oh God, I didn't join a rock and roll band to play rock and roll. What are we doing? We can't make a rock and roll record. This is not what we do or who we are. But we got fairly far down the path before I had this sort of crisis about the record. But we were very happy with the music.
What does David Kendrick add to the band?
I've known him since I was a teenager. I was in a band in LA when I was a young teenager with him, and David was in Sparks and in Devo, and there was Geza X was in that band, and he was a producer for the Germs and Black Flag and a bunch of other super important LA punk bands. Oh, Paul Roessler from the Screamers was in that band too. I learned a lot from them. So I've had a close relationship with David when I was young, and then I didn't see him for decades, and then I ran into him. And then he said, you know, if you ever want me to play anything, I was like, God, of course I'd love you to play on some stuff. And he played on, the first record he played on was Oh No, and then he then played on Ignore Grief and then on this new record. To me, there's two really special things that he adds to the band. He likes singers, and he listens a lot to what is happening with the vocals, with his drums. And I love drummers. We both appreciate what the other person is doing. That interaction is something that's new for us. So that one thing is exciting. And then also he's a great lyricist. We co-write lyrics. He'll send a sheet of lyrics and then I'll kind of add to them and kind of move them around. The song Beneficium, for instance, I would never have written anything about that, and David presented that idea. So he's opening up the topical and lyrical possibilities of what the band is, in addition to rhythmic possibilities. And also he's just really smart and really funny and a great guy.